I will show you the report of COA, which shows that PhilHealth is bankrupt, actually. I don't know if you're aware of that. And COA has repeatedly highlighted that in its letters to PhilHealth.
I received a directive, which emanated from a cabinet meeting led by President Marcos, asking me to remit the 89.9 billion. So like a good soldier, I am following them,
Ikinagulat ng publiko ang naging revelasyon ni Associate Justice Amy Lazaro Javier na ulat di umano ng Commission on Audit o COA na sinasabing ilang beses nang pinagsabihan ng ahensya ang PhilHealth tungkol sa pagkabangkarote nito. Nagsagawa kasi ng oral arguments ang Supreme Court kaugnay ng 3 petisyon tungkol sa paglipat ng excess funds ng PhilHealth sa National Treasury. Sa nasabing oral arguments, sinabi ng mahistrado na hindi sumusunod ang PhilHealth sa mga probisyon ng Universal Healthcare Act. Dagdag pa ni Javier, mas inuuna pa umano ng PhilHealth ang paggastos sa kanilang investments kaysa gamitin ang pondo para sa pagdagdag sa mga benepisyo ng mga tao. Matatandaang inilipat sa National Treasury ang nasa 70 bilyong piso na sobrang pondo ng PhilHealth ng nakaraang taon na mainit na pinag-usapan at lumikha ng ingay mula sa publiko. Depensa noon ng chairman ng PhilHealth na si Emmanuel Ledesma, sumusunod lamang siya sa direktiba mula sa Executive Department, ang opisina ng Pangulo.
Again, with regards to the 89.9 billion, because it's not only you, Honorable Senator, it's not only Honorable Raffy Tulfo. Everyone is texting me, calling me, saying, ba't hindi mo inisip yung health concerns ng mga tao, pera ng health yan, bakit mo ginagawa yan? Again, I want to reiterate to this honorable committee and to everyone here in this room, I received a directive, which emanated from a cabinet meeting led by President Marcos, asking me to remit the 89.9 billion. So like a good soldier, I am following them,
Totoo, ninenervyos na sila dahil nga for me, personally and as a lawyer, I appreciate the outcome of the oral argument yesterday. Dahil sinasabi nga po doon ng isang justice na mismo ng ating Korte Suprema, meron silang COA report na nagsasabing hindi totoo na sobra-sobra ang pera ng PhilHealth to justify the transfer of, initially ang target is 89.9 billion pesos na PhilHealth fund. Nauwi ito sa 60 billion dahil nag-issue ng TRO. Remember, kahit si Pangulong Duterte pinaliwanag ito. Yung nakialam sa 89.9 billion pesos pera ng PhilHealth at inilipat-lipat, estafa po iyan may tuturing sapagkat galing yan sa contribution nung mga nang manggagawa na tuwing sahod ay kinakaltas sa inyong sweldo. Estafa po yan. At yan din po ay technical malversation, if not malversation of public funds. Bakit? Yung pera po ng PhilHealth, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yan para pondohan yung AIX, para pondohan yung AKAP, para pondohan yung mga pet project o yung mga pork barrel ng mga tiwaling mangbabatas. Malversation po iyan. Estafa po iyan. Yan ang ating dapat pag-usapan. Kaya CARS 18, mapatalsik din yan si BBM, hindi manaig ang masama, lalabas din ang katotohanan. Kaya nga po yung aking sinasabi, ang dapat sinampahan ng impeachment ay si Bongbong Marcos, hindi si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Sapagkat higit naman pong napaka-anomalya itong ipinapalusot nilang 6.325 trillion. 6.325 trillion pesos budget natin ngayong 2025. Dapat po kayo makialam dahil lagay na po natin na 300 elitistang kongresista ang pumirma dyan sa impeachment laban kay Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. 300 versus 32 million Filipinos na malaya, payapa, constitutional at democratically elected Sara Duterte to be our Vice President. Hindi lang ho pera ang ninanakaw sa atin, pati ho ang posisyon ng pangalawang Pangulo ay ninanakaw na rin nitong mga elitistang mangbabatas. Mag-ingay ho kayo, makisali po kayo, manindigan po kayo. Ipakita ninyo na tayo ay Pilipino at hindi tayo pwedeng budulin araw-araw nitong mga iilang elitistang mangbabatas. Kay Charlie Endo Nebrada, malakas pa rin ang mga Duterte dito sa Japan, attorney. Tama po yun, kaya nga po sila galit na galit, selos na selos dahil higit na mahal ng sambayan ng Pilipino si Pangulong Duterte. Simple lang naman po yung formula or kasagutan Kasi hindi nagnakaw si Pangulong Duterte. Kasi hindi magnanakaw ang pamilya Duterte. Kasi naglingkod ng tapat si Pangulong Duterte. Kasi pinagtanggol at pinotektahan ni Pangulong Duterte ang pamilyang Pilipino laban sa droga. Unlike itong gobyernong ito, laganap na naman ang droga. Nagdududa pa sila, na silos pa sila dahil higit na mahal ng sambayan ng Pilipino si Pangulong Duterte. Natural, hindi magnanakaw yung mama, hindi magnanakaw si Pangulong Duterte at ibinuwis niya ang kanyang sariling buhay upang protektahan ang bawat pamilyang Pilipino laban sa droga. Kay Edsel Jesuro, Attorney Vic, makulong ba mga congressman ng blankong budget? Diyan po tayo patungo. We are building a case and we are searching for those who are members of the technical working group or technical working staff na mga empleyado ng Senado at House of Representatives. Huwag po kayo mag-aalala ha, yung mga empleyado, yung matitinong kawani at empleyado ng House of Representatives at Senado na miyembro ng technical working group or technical working staff. Huwag po kayo mag-aalala. Hindi po kayo ang pakay namin. Binubuo lang ho namin yung kaso. At importante na malaman namin kung sino-sino kayo dahil hindi rin naman kami papayag na kayo ang gagamiting scapegoat o susunugin o ilalaglag ng grupo ng mga tiwaling mangbabatas o senador o kongresista na may makating mga kamay na nakialam at nagpuno ng mga blanco diyan sa Bicameral Conference Committee report. Yung BICAM nga ang tawag third chamber o third house. Pero dahil sa nabisto nating ito, tila meron pang fourth chamber, meron pang fourth house. Sino-sino yon? Kaya nga po natin tinatanong babae ba yan na yung makating kamay na nagsulat dyan sa mga patlang? Lalaki ba yan? Tandem ba yung babae at lalaki? O grupo ba sila? Marami ba sila? O sa Malacanang ginawa? Yan ang ating hinihiling ngayon. Sapagkat tatandaan ninyo, ang unang nag-react dito, Malacanang Sinabing fake news daw yung aming ibinalita sa inyo. Hindi ho kami nagbalita noon hanggang sa ngayon at sa mga darating na araw. Hindi ho kami magbibigay sa inyo ng impormasyon at balitang hindi totoo.
The eligible balance that can be invested is the portion of the accumulated revenues that is not needed to meet the current year's expenditures. I believe that's the limit that you are referring to, Your Honors?
No, that I'm not referring to that.
Yes, any portion of the reserve fund not needed to meet the current year's expenditures.
Oh. Attorney Marife, all right. There's the portion of the reserve fund or income thereof shall accrue to the general fund of the national government or to any of which I cannot read it. All right. Can I? Thank you. All right. Right. Any unused portion of the reserve fund that is not needed to meet the current expenditure obligations or support the above-mentioned programs, meaning the program expenditures of PhilHealth
For the year.
for the reserve funds. I will read to you again. PhilHealth shall set aside a portion of its accumulated revenues not needed to meet the cost of the current year's expenditures as reserve funds, provided that the total amount of reserves shall not exceed a ceiling equivalent to the amount actuarially estimated for 2 years projected program expenditures. Provided further that whenever actual reserves exceed the required ceiling at the end of the fiscal year, the excess of the PhilHealth Reserve Fund shall be used to increase the program's benefits and to decrease the amount of members' contributions. Any unused portion of the reserve fund that is not needed to meet the current expenditure obligations or support the above-mentioned programs shall be placed in investment, earn an average annual income, etc., etc. So, investment is the last in the order of priority.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. But Your Honor,
So,
I would like to highlight that every year PhilHealth actually generates more revenues than expenditures, such that whatever's needed for the year is actually being more than enough more than met by the inflows, the additional revenues for the year.
yes.
That in that addition, that net income, Your Honors, is being plowed back into the reserve fund.
Yes, but later I will show you the report of COA, which shows that PhilHealth is bankrupt, actually. I don't know if you're aware of that. You ought to be aware.
If you are, Your Honor,
And COA has repeatedly highlighted that in its letters to PhilHealth. And then COA said that for many years, at least 3 years, 21, 22, 23, the reserve fund of PhilHealth is much, much less than its actuarial fund, actuarial estimate. And I will show you later. All right. So coming back to you took the stand, the rostrum,
yes,
because you're supposed to assist, all right, in telling us what factors should be considered in determining whether the entire amount of the balance, should be assigned as reserve fund or just a portion of it. And yes, the president said there are factors to consider. What are these factors?
primarily, Your Honors, what is the reasonable projected 2-year expenditures? That is the sole factor at the very least when that was discussed by the board and contemplated by the DOF.